Hi, Chris. Hi, Sam. It's so good to see you. At least through this virtual web.
Right, wonderful to see you. Thank you very much.
Chris, I know it's super early in the morning in Australia. It's like 7 in the morning, right?
What is it, 8:30 at the moment? But it was 6 when I got up, or 5:30. So.
Oh my gosh, sorry for this. Well, before talking about, obviously, about the movie, I want to know, how are you guys doing? How are you living this isolation? How it's been so far? How long have you been in your houses?
You know, the restrictions are a little different in Australia. All of the, you know, the usual social distancing and so on, and certain beaches are shut. But we're still able to go outside to exercise and do things. And so thankful to be in a small coastal town like that, to be able to do that. You know, I feel for people who are locked, you know, in an apartment in the city, you know, but I'm enjoying, I guess, just being at home with the kids and the family and you know, having more time in one place. I've traveled a lot over the last 10 years, so it's nice to be still.
I know. What about you, Sam? How it's been so far?
You know, this is a crazy time we're living in, but for me, it's very similar to how I would be living in between projects, you know, if things were, quote, normal. It's always enjoyable to spend time, you know, in one place at home with the people you care about and kind of recharging the battery, so to speak. This project took a lot of time and energy, so to have a chance to kind of catch up with things at my property here in California has been nice, and to kind of focus on being present. And it's been, you know, it's all about attitude and perspective, so trying to stay positive.
The best thing you could do for that kid would be put a bullet in his brain.
Chris, what has been the biggest challenge while being home 24/7, apart from Tristan crashing into your interviews?
The schooling, you know, you know, it's like an hour of schoolwork and it's 4 hours of negotiation. So yeah, trying to be a teacher is tricky, and my love and respect for all teachers around the world.
Oh yeah,
is yeah. I love you guys. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just kind of maybe thinking.
By the way, I want to tell you, I really want to thank you, because my nephew Oliver, he tried the meditations with the application, and he's just going, you know, he's sleeping like better than ever. So my sister Vanessa, she's like really thanking you forever.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, that was the goal and the hope. So that's wonderful that's worked.
Okay, so let's talk about Extraction. This movie has everything. I've seen it. It has action, suspense. It has this hot guy called Chris Hermsworth. What can you tell me about?
Yeah, look, it was a exhausting ride making this film, but one that I'll never forget for all the best reasons. You know, that there was a real sense of accomplishment and achievement at what we were pulling together. It was the most challenging film, I think, for all of us. The action scenes were, you know, so heavily choreographed and throughout the whole film that it meant, you know, real athleticism had to be brought to the table from everybody involved. And but, you know, there was very little special effects. There was no green screen and so on. It was all in camera. A lot of continuous one-shot takes where, you know, if you make a mistake, you have to start all over again. There's no fancy editing to hide any mistakes. So, yeah, it was an action-packed ride, but, you know, the story that Sam and I have loved from the first time we read it, it has an emotional resonance and a heartbeat that is unique to an action film.
Amazing job that you guys have done. Sam, do you think that eventually this pandemic will eventually end up with our typical habits, like, you know, going to the theaters, going to the movies with our family? How do you think it's going to affect that?
Well, I've kind of see both sides to that question. I've heard you know, the side saying that this is the new normal is going to be just you know, taking place in cyberspace, in cyber communities, which is very interesting. And you know, luckily we have platforms like Netflix to receive entertainment and to watch movies like Extraction. But then there's also another side that I think is very interesting, kind of the reminder of the kind of nature of human beings and the desire for connection and to share experiences like going to a cinema, and sitting with like-minded people to experience this as a community. I think that's very important. And I think, there might be a rise in trips to the cinema once this, goes away and we return to a semi-normal world. But, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm very thankful to have the platform of Netflix that, so people can see our movie and hopefully be entertained and have a little bit of a relief from all the anxiety that's plaguing the world these days, a little bit of entertainment.
We want to thank you for that.
I'm not brave.
You rescue people.
Sometimes.